baby, I'm the one that keeps you coming through the night.
I had started working on the Did It Right album in 2006. I was just coming off of a contract that prohibited me from recording in the industry for 3 years. I was signed with the indie label in Philadelphia. The contract was for 3 years. I asked to be let out of the contract, so for that contract I had agreed not to record in the industry for 3 years. So 2006, I was just coming off of that stipulation, and I was just really ready to get back in the studio and churn the project out. I had been writing from 14. I had been writing since I was 14 years old, so I had plenty of songs to put together a project. The record company that I was with before I started Little T Entertainment didn't want me to record my own material. They wanted me to record whatever trash they had for me. So I was excited just to record my own music. So about 2006 was when I really started working heavy on the Did It Right project. Around that time, I started looking for somebody to remix the first single, Work It Out. I was referred to Damon, Mr. Dizzy Fingers Bennett, by a friend of mine who I was working with at the time. He did 2 remixes in a matter of a few days, and I was just blown away because the people who I was working with at the time, it was like pulling teeth to produce anything. You know, R&B and pop wasn't their first language. It was really rough trying to get the product that I wanted and that I was aiming for out of the particular people that I had hired at the time. When I heard Damon's work, I was floored, and I asked him if he would mind producing the rest of the album. And he graciously accepted, and the rest is pretty much history. The album can be described as a sexually confident depiction of myself, which is kind of really what you get when you mess with me. You know, what you get is what you see. I don't pull any punches about my sexuality, or, you know. So Did It Right is pretty much a very raw depiction of that. Coming up in the industry, being the type of artist that I am, I've experienced that a lot, where they try to sugarcoat you, or they try to tweak you, or change you, or just, you know, take that top layer off, and I guess try to make you what they feel is a more marketable product, which is really the reason why I started Little T Entertainment. I started Little T Entertainment in 2006 at the conception of this product. I needed a place to call home, and a place where I felt confident and at peace enough to where I can do what it takes to bring a project into fruition. Starting Little T Entertainment and Little T Fashions was really set the tone for the success of the project. The common thread that ties the entire project together is that it was really written from a very sexually confident place in my life. So a lot of times people will come to me, you know, and say different things. Even in the media, different things have been said about my lyrical content. If somebody deems me as a role model for them, that's fine, and I'll graciously accept that with open arms and with an open heart. But my loyalty, first and foremost, is to my art. I use words and lyrics and melodies and music to paint the truth the way I see it, the way an artist would use a brush and paint. That's my first priority, to paint the truth as I see it. It was someone that I had broken up with and gotten back together with 7 times, which was my dumbass fault. But I was young. I was 15, 16, and what kept me coming back was the sex was great. But each time we broke up and got back together, it got a little more not so great, and a little more not so great. And finally, the last time, I was like, this is whack. This is not what it used to be. So, that's really what Did It Right, RITE is about, just leaving that relationship and kind of seeking something better. On the inside the actor studio, James Lipton, he always asks his guests, when you die, what do you want to hear God say when you get to heaven? And my response to that was always, I want to hear God say, you did it right. You know, there's so many things that are a mystery until you get to heaven, you know. But I hope that I'm doing it right. You know, I do everything with all my love and with all my heart. So I hope that I'm doing it right. So when I get to heaven, that's what I want to hear God say. You did it right.
Baby, I'm all yours tonight. I'm all yours if you want me.
Give It To You is just a fun dance song, just about you know, being out, you know, in a club or wherever, and just having fun and dancing. That's always been my thing. I don't really drink, so when I go out, I just enjoy going out and dancing. Just dance the night away.
I'll be delicious, try me.
Delicious. I wrote Delicious about a pair of shoes. I used to work for Kenneth Cole. I started singing the names of the shoes to myself, so that's how I remembered them. And he had a pair of shoes called See Delicious. And so I'm in the back stock room looking for See Delicious, going, See Delicious. And I was like, that's not a bad melody. So I threw the shoes at the woman and ran back in the stock room and wrote the song in about 5-10 minutes. It feels like I enjoy listening to DJ Slim on Sounds from the Underground calls that the baby moving song. But I really like that one. And it's just a really sexy slow jam. Good old slow jam.
Ooh, I like 'em all. I like 'em all.
Rough is pretty self-explanatory, but it's just about you don't always like it the same way. Sometimes you like it rough. Get It is one of my favorite songs on the album. It's just a really dancey song. And where Get It comes from really is the kids. So that song's really for the kids. You know, you go out to if you're ever in a gay club, somebody gets on the dance floor and starts really putting it down, you say, bitch, you better get it. So that's where Get It comes from.
MySpace and on Facebook, everybody's posting.
That song is really it's dedicated to all my friends and fans on Facebook and on MySpace. It was Friday afternoon, everybody was just hyped as hell for the weekend. And I wasn't really feeling the weekend. You know, it was just another day to me. But by 5 o'clock, by the end of the day, 5 o'clock, that Friday, honey, I was ready for the weekend. I was ready to come home, get dressed, and go out and party. So that's what living for the weekend is about. I like Eat My. It's a bit of a different departure from everything that is on the album. It's got a rock feel to it. It's pretty much a metaphor. Let me feed you with my love. And it's sexy and it's danceable. So I like Eat My. Eat My's fun.
You did it right.
This project has been such a blessing. I'm so blessed. Looking back now, it got rough. It got rough taking 3 years to complete an album. So finally being finished, man, I mean, it just feels so good to have completed a project. We have a great album. I'm truly blessed. God has been so awesome. Being an out artist, we're speaking on behalf of these kids who don't have a voice. So that's something I take great pride in. And like I said, while it's a sexually explicit album at times, there's a young kid somewhere who feels the same way, but has nobody, who has no friends, who has no support, no supportive family, who has nobody and is all alone. And if you've ever been all alone with just you and your thoughts, it is the biggest purgatory you will ever experience when you're going through something and there's nobody to talk to. But somewhere, and it's happened already, there's these young gay children who are going to hear me and who are going to hear me say the things that they're thinking and the things that they're feeling, and they're going to go, wow, I'm not a freak, I'm not crazy, somebody else feels like that. And if I can infiltrate those walls and maybe in some small way impact positive change, especially in those young lives, then it's all worthwhile.
You did it right. You didn't falter, though you fell down. You didn't give up.